Very important. So take a towel and cover this thing, right? Having done that, as we said, what we'll do, we'll first use water just to make it clean, right? So once we do the front part, right, and then gently, for example, we will just try to move him on this right side, right? Because he, of course, will not move, and we have to slowly do this thing. Sometimes it's also good to have one or two people who hold. So one people are holding him, and then others will just put water. Right, is important. In the same way, once you do, for example, on this side, you've done everything. In the same way, we'll then move, for example, on the left side, and then we'll put water. Now, you have to be very careful that when you are doing this, cleaning him, because the body is lying, especially if the body is huge, right? Sometimes the body is very heavy and huge. So people, when cleaning, they miss out some parts. They don't, for example, move the body well. That is important because the masala says about ghusl, whether it's Mayyit or on ghusl. If I do my own ghusl, or even ghusl to Mayyit, what happens is that even a small part left out will means ghusl is incomplete, and the ghusl is batil. Okay, so very careful that when you move the body, it is very important that you have some people hold and the other person will just be washing it. Right? Now, when we wash, of course, you can wear the gloves throughout. There is nothing wrong with it. It's advisable to wear the gloves nowadays. Even the doctor will tell you, right? But especially when somebody is washing the private parts, right? Then it is a requirement. It is a hadith from the Imam. During the time of Imam, there were no gloves, but they would say, put a hand, put a cloth in your hand, and then you will wash it, right? So it is important that a person would not touch the private parts directly. This is very important in Islam. Of course, we cover throughout, but you will not touch it. So once we wash and remove all the kind of dirt, right, and then we'll start doing the niyat. That I'm giving ghusl to so and so, with Abi Sidr, water of Sidr, wajib qurbatunullah. Or you can just say qurbatunullah, but it's a wajib, this is the thing, right? And what we'll do, we'll start washing first the face. So we'll wash the face. Again, when you wash the face, complete the face. If you have to turn him during the washing of the face, you can turn him and make sure that everywhere the water reaches, right? Make sure that also the water reaches in the ear. All those things which can be seen. So the answer you have to wash. But we don't have to, for example, put the water inside it. Okay? Just what can be seen. Or for example, what can be seen here in the nostrils also. That will be washed, right? Have you sure? And of course, you will close the eyes. So we'll just try to go away. That's important. We'll close the mouth also. Having done that, of course, and you wash also face and the neck. When you are washing the neck, of course, the water will slightly little down there. That's okay. When you, for example, washing the neck, you are also going to put water up to here. That is okay because you are making sure that the head and neck is covered. This is the first part, right? Having done that thing, then you start washing the right side. Now, it doesn't matter that whether you wash the right side the front first and the left on the back. There is no within the right side. You can use anyway. For example, you can even start with for example, feet and come forward. You can start on the top and go back. Or for example, you first wash the back side and then the front side. That's okay. As long as wash the right side, it doesn't matter when you start. But wash the right side properly. Now, when you're washing the right side, of course, the private part will wash when you wash the right side. It will also be washed when you wash the left side. That is important because that comes exactly in between, so you wash both the sides. Because when you wash the right side, and this is also when you do your own ghusl. When you do your own ghusl, if you are going to go with stages, then you wash the right side, whereby the private parts are included, and slightly more. So, for example, this is the right side, you will slightly wash more to make sure that the right side is covered. You get me? And of course, the feet. Most important is that make sure that you wash between these hands, right? And especially between the feet also, right? You try to wash it. It is important that we don't forget it, right? And once you are washing, doing ghusl, if you find, wow, I missed out, there was a tape there, or there was some kind of oily thing. So what you do, you don't have to repeat the ghusl. Just, for example, that particular thing, try to wash it away, remove the oily thing, and continue with the ghusl. You get my point? Or for example, you wash the face, you wash the right side. And suddenly, as I was washing the left side, I found that there was a tape here in a small toe, right there. So what do? I have to start? No. I'll just clear that thing and then wash the left side. Okay? So when you are washing the right side, it doesn't matter where you start within the right. No, front, back, from the down, up, it doesn't matter. Also in own ghusl, if somebody is athletic, you want to do your own ghusl and you want to be upside down in the shower, you can do that, right? That is your wish. It doesn't matter, right? Because there is no tartib the way in wuzu. In wuzu is important that you always wash from up to down, right? In ghusl, that's not required. That's not good. So that is washing the right side with Abe Sidr, and then the left side. Having done that, now make sure that you put completely that baldi, what do you call, what is baldi? Whatever you are putting water in it.
Bucket?
Bucket, yeah. Just bucket, for example, if you have that bucket, right, make sure you clear it properly. Completely wash it. Because there should not be any kind of asar, any kind of essence from Abe Sidr. So wash it, or you can use another bucket. You get my point? And then put the water which is slightly mixed with camphor. And repeat the process again. And do the niyat. Now I'm doing ghusl to this Mayyit so and so of Abe Kafur, Wajib Qurbat Ilallah. Right? Do that thing, and again start the same process exactly. Wash the head, right, completely, and also the neck, right, and then the right side, and then the left side. See? We'll do the same thing. Again, very important, as I say, that when washing the right side or the left side, make sure that you turn the body properly, right, and make sure that the back side is washed. Okay? And if we are saying that the private part should be hidden, it's all, both the front and the back. So the most tricky side is, of course, you will put, for example, a towel here, which will be covered, right? But when you, for example, turn the body, and if you're not careful, then the back will can remain exposed, right? So make sure that that also is covered. It's very, very important that it is throughout covered, right? So that should be done. But the most one tricky is that, for example, the back is covered. That's one of the trick. And second thing which people overlook is that sometimes the body is very heavy, they don't turn it properly. So when you are, for example, washing the right side, right, of this person, so you wash the right side, right, on the back, you will wash slightly more than the right side. So to make sure that the entire right side is covered. It is very important. And that's why it is important that we move the body and keep it exactly lying on his side. No, not lying on his back, lying on his side to be able to have the place to we can wash completely. This is very important. No, we should not make. So that will be the second ghusl with kafur. And then, of course, if you're using the same bucket, then make sure you clean properly. Although we advise don't use the bucket for the same bucket, because kafur smell is very strong. Right? It will not go very easily. So it's advisable that when you do the ghusl for the third ghusl with the clear water, just use a fresh bucket, new bucket, or different bucket, right? And just put water there and do the ghusl with the clear water. That will be the third ghusl and complete the ghusl of a Mayyit. I have only 2-3 minutes to any questions very quickly. Just about the ghusl, please. Yes, very quickly.
Could the individual just keep boxers on or underwear instead of put a cloth?
No. You have to remove completely. You have to remove all the clothes of him, and then you just use a towel to cover him. Towel, why? Because the thing which is covering him is not only covered, but should cover his body, also the features, right? So it's important that it should be, towel is the best thing that you cover, right? But yeah, you cannot leave the underwear there only, no. You have to remove it, yes.
Any restrictions on the person who's participating in the ghusl or giving the ghusl must be baligh?
Yes, the restriction is, first of all, must be mumathil. That means, must be the same gender. That is must. That is must, provided, for example, somebody is under 3 years, is a different thing. Otherwise, it must be the same gender, number one. As I said, the only exception will be, of course, spouse will be allowed. Otherwise, no. If there's not a spouse, then it should be same gender, right? And number one. Number two, of course, should be baligh and akil, sane and what to baligh. And what is important, that somebody who can be trusted, because mind it, he is supposed to, he has to have basic rules, knowledge about the masails, and then he would not talk to people whatever he saw, or the Mayyit, right? We are not supposed to talk, I saw the Mayyit, he has so problem, or this kind of injury, or this kind of things, or we are not supposed to talk at all. You have just to keep it to yourself. So somebody who can be trusted, right? And has to be a mu'min, Otherwise,